action right now.
Are there any fun things you want to do?
I would like to own a horse ranch before I am too old. Oh, I would also like to train my dog to be a therapy dog.
Ooh. What did you want to do? What did you want to be as a child?
As a child, I wanted to be a veterinarian. I wanted to help sick animals.
Okay. Where would you like to travel and why?
Let's see. I would like to go to Hawaii because everyone that's been there has told me that it's a really cool place to visit. And also to Australia because I think Australia would be a cool place to see too.
I want to go to Australia too.
How did you learn to ride your bike?
Let's see. When I learned to ride my bike, I think my dad started by holding my seat and ran with me. And then eventually I think he just let go, and I didn't realize that he had let go until I looked behind me and he wasn't there anymore.
Yep, that's what I did when I started.
Uh-huh.
What school did you go to?
As a child?
Yeah.
I went to a school called Lincoln Elementary, and it was in Elmhurst, Illinois. So I grew up in the state of Illinois.
When were you born and where?
I was actually born in 1983, and I was born in the state of Montana.
What was your favorite toy and do you still have it?
I don't still have it, but my favorite toy, there was a toy that, it might still be around, but there was a toy that was a big, very popular toy that was called a Skip It. And it was a toy that you had like a hoop that you put around your ankle, and then you would swing the end bulb part around, and you had to jump over it as you were swinging it around. And I think it lit up or played music too while you were doing it.
Those still are
I
around.
think there's still versions of them around.
Yeah, they are.
That's how I got a lot of exercise.
What was your experience getting your first pet?
My first pet was a gerbil. He was a black gerbil named Ebony. Ebony is another word for black. And I got him from, I don't remember, I think a pet store. And I felt very responsible because I had to feed him and I had to clean his cage, and I used to play with him. I would put him in my dollhouse and I would let him run around in my dollhouse, and I pretended like he lived there. And he was a good first pet.
What was your first job?
My first job, well, I think I would have to say probably babysitting, but a first job where I actually went somewhere like a store or something was, do you know the Build-A-Bear workshop?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I've been to one.
A long time ago, my first job where somebody else paid me from a store or an employer was Build-A-Bear workshop.
They still have one at like Oak Park Mall.
Yep.
When and where did you start teaching?
I started teaching in 2006. Yeah, 2006. I started teaching in Elmhurst, Illinois, actually, where I grew up as a student.
Oh. Why did you want to be a teacher?
I didn't actually know I wanted to be a teacher until I was almost all the way through college. I didn't know I wanted to be a teacher until I started teaching kids music, and then I went into the classroom and I realized that I wanted to teach kids everything. I didn't want to just teach them music. So I was 22 years old before I realized I wanted to be a teacher.
And a couple more. How did you meet your husband?
I met my husband in college. We were both music majors. That means we were going to school to learn how to be professional musicians. And he's a singer too and plays the trumpet. And so we both met through music friends in college.
What hobbies do you enjoy and why?
Well, you all know that I love to run. I love to run because it helps me blow off steam. That means I get to kind of let out some energy that way. And I love to sing, you all know that. And I love to act. So I do that when I have extra time. Those are probably my main hobbies.
How would you describe your neighbors?
We don't know our neighbors very well because we live in a townhome in a section of town that has a lot of townhomes. All we know about one of our neighbors is it's the office. We actually live next to the office for our townhomes.
How would you describe your house?
It's a townhome, so it's attached to another house, and there's 2 floors, and it's got big, tall ceilings, and you can look over the loft down into the living room, and we've been there for a number of years now, and it's a nice place to live, but I think we'll be ready to buy our own house pretty soon, so I'm ready to buy our own house.
And that's all.
Okay, thanks for having an interview with me.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.